Craig works for this firm. They bring me in 6 months later, and they're like, well, you're going to be a firm bookkeeper, but Craig seems to need some help. He's got this home care client. Just go help him. And it was an interesting setup because the firm was in one big suite, but they had outgrown it. It was in this condo complex, like single-story condos.
How interesting.
Yeah, which is what I just sold mine, right? Right across the little bit of, in the same parking lot, but across was another office they had owned or took over, and they kind of started growing into it, and only Craig was over there. So I would go across the street and hang out in Craig's office, and they're like, go help him. And so we were kind of out of sight, and out of sight, out of mind. Well, so Craig starts going to home care conferences, and people just gravitate to him. And it was 97, so that's when we were coming out of cost reimbursement. We were in IPS for
Interim payment system
for about 3 to 5 years, because in 2000 was coming PPS.
Prospective payment system.
Prospective payment system, which we just got out of within the last 5 years.
Yeah.
PDGM came in. So anyways, it was a transition time. So there was a lot going on in home care. So he started getting,
it changed the industry.
It changed. And people were like hungry for help. So I started in January 97. By July of 97, Craig left and started his own firm, took me with him, and it's right when that movie Jerry Maguire came out. And, Jerry Maguire was like, who's coming with me? Or actually, it wasn't however it went. And so I'm the girl with the goldfish. I'll come, So Craig, told me, he was like, I want you to come with me. I was like, okay. And again, I wasn't a CPA at this time. I was just out of college. And so I went with Craig. He helped him start his firm. Another little funny thing was we had office space, but we had nothing. Like, we sat on the ground with our cell phones. And so actually he had a cell phone. I didn't even have one. We sat on the floor of these offices, and it was in a big shared office space with attorneys. And he just starts calling clients. Because when I say we left in the middle of the night. Like, we packed up and left.
Okay.
And started anew. Well, he gave me an office supply catalog. He's like, hey, order what we need. So I had gone through and flagged all this stuff, and I take it to him. And he goes, damn, Amy, we're not opening an office supply store. So apparently I picked out too much stuff. But anyway, so all the clients followed us except for one, and that one holdout ended up coming with us after all. So that's where it started. So then Craig was like, we're just going to do this home care stuff. And he wouldn't turn away other work, but we just kept getting home care work. And at that time, hospice wasn't really a big thing. It was a lot of nonprofits, and they did not file cost reports.
Okay.
They didn't have Medicare cost reports for hospices back then. And but they came online in 2000, so it wasn't that long.
Yeah.
And then we picked up some hospices, and so it just grew from there. And again, one thing, I didn't want to take the CPA exam, and Craig was like, "Oh yes, you will." I was like, "Okay." So again, I just listened to what people tell me to do. I was like, "Okay," I didn't know any better, and thank God I did. Thank God I did.